back to Rachel and Bella Crafts. Rachel here, hope you're all well. So for today's 100-day challenge, I thought we would use up some of our envelopes. Now in each of the kits that I do, in fact most kits, if not all of the kits that I do, I tend to pop in some type of envelope, but usually these type. And I like this type of envelope because it is quite a versatile shape. So I've got quite a few here. Some of these should look familiar to you if you do work with any of our kits. That would work too, but I'm not going to be utilising that shape at the moment. So these are just some of the shapes that we've got in here. So what we're going to be doing is, if you're using one that is this shape, you're great, you're good to go on to the next step. And if you're using one that is this shape, then we need to make some amendments and adjustments first. So I'm going to just grab a couple. I've already got a few here that have folded, but I'm just going to show you how I got them to that stage. So first thing that we're going to do is take a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut off these tab things on the sides, okay? Because we don't need them for this exercise. Put that one there. And then cut that one there. Hold on to those, they will make amazing labels. And let's just do this one here. And this one here. There we go. Right. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, and I'm going to do it with the big one just so that you can see. Oh, I'm not going to do it with that one. I specifically didn't do it with that one. This one, sorry. This one won't work, and I'll tell you for why. Because I have made this envelope specifically so that it looks like an envelope. And if we fold this in the way that I'm going to fold this, it won't. Yeah, I don't think it'll work because it's just where the lines are. Okay, so take your envelope, and you'll have a section here that is bowed like this, and we're going to fold it all the way up and leave about that much. Okay, so whatever that is by eye, leave about that much. All right, that's my new technical term. So basically it's almost folded in half, and we've left just enough to fold over a little lip at the top. See, now this is where you start to see pore trimming. Oh my goodness, that's all right. Once you fold it in half, you can always straighten it up then on your trimmer. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to just fold then this down just so that it just touches. If that makes sense. Move that out of the way, and then fold that down there like so. Voila, there we go. Now what we are going to make is a journal card with a tuck spot. So your envelope has now become your journal card, and on the back of your journal card you will have a tuck spot. Do you see? Now you have a choice. You can either leave the flap out and have a hidden tuck spot, as so, or you can pop the flap in and then have just a nice, easily accessible tuck spot. Okay. Now, just to kind of make things a little bit different, we are going to use the technique that we used on our tags the other day to decorate our journal tag cards. So I'm going to pop those over there a second. So here is one that I made earlier on. So this is what we're going to be doing. And as you can see, this is the envelope that I've just folded with you. So there's the hidden journaling spot, hidden tuck spot. And here is our journal card. And I've taken out some shapes and I've popped in some little images behind to add interest. And then this one here, I've done my Beatrix Potter theme, and I've popped in some little images, and then I've added some labels and stitched around. Now, I'll explain the stitching to you in a little while, but let's get on and decorate some first, shall we? So this is what you should now have. You should have your envelope that has been folded, ready to fold down. We're not going to stick anything down yet because we need to work on what's going on the inside first. And I've cut with my 2 punches. That was the small one. I have no idea what size that is. An inch maybe? and then that was my 2-inch. So that's what I've used there. And I just grabbed a couple of images that I like to use in my little journal card. So I thought she would go rather nicely in there. There we go. One great way to line them up when you want to turn it over and fix it into place. Sorry, I just clipped my knee there. Is to pop it over the top of the image and then grab a bit of washi tape and then just gently do that. And then when you want to turn it over, then it's in, you know, exactly the right spot that it needs to go in. You can see then if it needs to be cut down a little bit, which that will, because obviously it's going to go over. And this, I thought I might pop that little flower in here. I think that looks rather cute. Could have done it being a bit small. Actually, I wonder if I got the stamp one here. Probably not. Don't go down a rabbit hole now, Rachel. You're all prepared and ready then. Don't change your mind. No, don't resist. No, we're going to go with that. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Right, okay. So I can see from here I need to just trim the top off of that. So I'm going to trim that down. See the double-mindedness starting to creep in then? Lethal, isn't it? Lethal. So let's just pop that there. Catch him where we want to see him. I was trying to work out which bit of it I wanted to see, but the bit of the image that I wanted to see is not easily accessible. Maybe there like that with that little bit of writing there. Perhaps that's what I'm looking at. Okay, right, turn them over. Now we know we need to trim this down, so I'm going to just cut that down a bit there. That's fine. And then I'm just going to just take a smidgen off the bottom of here too. Oh, crikey, I took a smidgen off the bottom of my finger then. Oh, could you imagine the horror? Imagine how much of my paper that would have ruined. Flipping it. So I was glad I'm glad on times I use these big scissors, because if I were using little fussy cut ones and had done that, that would have cut straight to my finger then. Oh my goodness, they're going to take me off the air if I'm not careful. Always use your scissors safely. Grown-ups, please. And I'm saying grown-ups because this video is not made for children, and you've just seen why. Right, okay. Right, okay, I'm going to take these into place. And I'll tell you for why, because I'm going to be using this as an envelope, a tuck spot, and I don't want anything, I mean, if you've got scrap papers, you could just lay a piece of scrap paper flat over it, but I'm going to just be really awkward and just tape mine in. It's just quicker, and I know I got a nice smooth. Just make sure, if you're gluing your pieces of paper down, that you don't have bits sticking up, that anything being tucked in and out of the tuck spot is going to catch on. Rachel made a mess of that then. Less haste, more speed. Okay. Isn't it frustrating when your tape thing doesn't stay open? And you don't want to like bend a bit of it down or what have you, because you know you're going to be straight back for more in a second, but they just keep closing up. So annoying. Would have been more annoying if I chopped the end of my finger off, wouldn't it? Oh, imagine the recovery time for that. Trying to grow the new end of your finger. Yeah, that's not going to happen, is it? That's not going to happen. I hope you've all had a lovely Mother's Day. If it is Mother's Day where you are. We are celebrating Mother's Day in the UK today. I hope you've all had a lovely day, whatever that looks like for you. Okay. That's just a gross misuse of my washi tape there, but I don't know. Here we are. Right. We can take these bits off here now. I will reuse these later. Okay. And that one there. But they're in place now. Right. Okay. Now, next, you can stick this down now. Well, I'm going to stick mine down. If you want to have a tucked away tuck spot, then that's fine, you leave it open, but I don't. I want mine to be easily accessible, no flaps flapping, and just stick that down. So then we've got a nice smooth entry point then in and out of my tuck spot. You might want to ink your edges clearly, especially your tuck entrance there, like so. There we go. I think that looks rather cute. I was thinking I might pop that rose on the front there actually, perhaps with a little bit of lace behind. Let's have a look what we got here. I'm getting nervous now using my scissors. You're a wally, Rachel. You really are. Oh my word. I frightened myself then, didn't I? I did. That's my nervous laugh, that is. Okay. There we go. And I'm just thinking I'm going to put that straight edge up on the end there. And we'll stick that on there. Oh dear. Come on, hands. Keep still. There we go. Right. Glue. Stick that onto there. Now, if you would like to stitch your envelopes, you may now do that at this point. And I would recommend, if you're going to stitch, that you sew with this open at first, and I would then sew up here with it open, and then I would then sew an overlock zigzag across here because that just protects that when you're popping things in and out. Then close it and then stitch top and bottom, and then that won't be interrupted then. Okay, so if you're going to stitch, that's the point at which you're going to want to stitch, and that's where I would, well, that's where I have stitched mine. I think I'll just stick this one down now. So for those of you that don't want to stitch, which is absolutely fine and not at all necessary, personal preference and obviously availability of materials. Well, I tell you what you could actually do, if you have some very nice washi tape, this might be the opportunity to utilise that instead of gluing, and close your tuck spot down with some pretty washi. So, nice alternative idea there, rather than popping glue inside of the page. Envelope even, it's not a page. There we go. So my plant count has grown today. I've had some lovely, lovely flowers and plants from my boys. Beautiful azalea in white, oh, lovely, and some lovely roses. So like they're all ready to go into my garden now when spring really comes. Because in all fairness, my garden hasn't really had much done with it over the last few years. After, I think the first year of COVID, it was great because obviously we had that lovely, lovely summer, didn't we, as soon as we went into lockdown. But then the last 2 or 3 years, everything's gone a bit haywire. So I need to get to grips with it this summer. Don't like the garden a mess. And I did actually say to my half the other day, we need to get some salad seeds in because I can't go through the summer without my lettuce. And it's so easy to grow. So they're talking about these. Well, I've seen the price of lettuce. Have you seen the price of lettuce? Oh, that's enough to put anybody off paying for it. Right, come on, let's do another one. Oh, let's do some vintage ones, shall we? Let's have a little look at these here. Right, so these are out of the new Tilly kit, the family kit, or the Welsh kit as it's being known as. So let's see what we can put in here. I'm thinking, okie dokie, so if I take my round cutter with this one, try to make sure it's in the middle. Oh, come on. Cut properly then. Phew, so I was relieving that comes out all right. And then this one, that's better. Okay, so let's have a look and see what we've got here. So I've got a few old type photographs, which I think are going to be too Ah, that's sweet, isn't it? Let's put in that one there. I'm laughing here. My phone is going off overhead. I can see my number 2 has finally just messaged me. His phone's been dead all day. Of course, he's away at uni, so all the responsibility led with the other pair today. But which is fine. I just would like to hear from him to know he's okay. So of course, I thought I won't text him today because he'll think I'm angling for a happy Mother's Day message. But I waited all day and then he didn't answer, say anything. So then I kind of like thought, right, well, I better just check. Oh, you are all right, yeah? But he's just finally messaged me now. Sorry, Mum, phone's been dead. They're hopeless, aren't they? They know we worry. Honestly, there we are. At least he's okay. That's the main thing. Oh, I like that in there. Yes, I do. Right, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of ink around my freshly cut bits. That was technical sounding, wasn't it? Around my crimped circle. And then around here, just because it just frames it a little better. There we go. So there's lots of different things that you can do with these. Lots of different themes and things. I think I challenge anyone to say that this wouldn't work with any theme that you're working on, because I think it would. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you all come up with, because it's always interesting to see what everybody's working on as well. And I know lots of you are working on the Beatrix Potter kit, so it'll be lovely to see how you all think of something different. Perhaps I'll glue these. Got a bit more room with these ones, haven't we? I had to tape the others because I didn't have much space around the edge. And I was afraid I was going to have glue everywhere. But I think we might be alright with this one. Here we go. Marvellous. And then this one. Let's turn it that way. Nicky knocky knew we got a little bit of seepage there, but never mind. And then the top, you'll all notice that I don't sound quite so much like a heavy breather now today. Antibiotics kicking in, working nicely. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I felt so poorly at the beginning of the week, it was crazy. I actually thought I was quite ill. Feeling a lot better today though. And we've had some blue sky today, which makes all the difference. And I've been out to test drive a car, which is always a bit of fun. We're having so many problems with our current one, but they said we can change it, so that'll be a big relief. And I'm going back to petrol. I know it's probably not the popular choice, but oh golly gee, where we live, we are not set up yet for electric. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think in theory the idea is brilliant, and having tried it, I would do it again, but big improvements need to be made. For a start, they need to make these cars be able to go a further distance than 100 miles can bind us, because that's just unrealistic. I mean, we live in Wales and, you know, nothing is terribly far from anywhere else, but everything's up and down dale and the roads are not, it's not like you're on just a straight run either, so you use more of the mileage. Yeah, but it's not fun when you're driving home at night and you think you're not going to get there. So no, that's, and we've had problems as well with a lot of damp and what have you in there, which is again quite bizarre. So yeah, that's going back, and you're gonna have to wait now for a car to be ready. But yeah, we've had a 5 minutes out today, which was nice. And the sun came out. A little bit of a promise of spring on its way. I was going to get a bird out then, but I just thought, no. I know Mum's been telling on me. I don't think she quite put what I said in context. And I said people don't like birds. We were actually talking about the covers of journals and why they don't tend to be so popular. And I didn't say everybody. I just said I don't think dark kind of birds on the front of the journals is everybody's cup of tea. All right, it's not my cup of tea, I suppose, but yeah, so I didn't say nobody likes birds. It was a slight misquote there, Mother, but because I was laughing as I was watching a video the other day because she was creating something with the birds, and I thought, well, obviously people like birds. I put those pretty birds. So I don't know. I have a bit of a thing with birds. I'm on the fence, so to speak. Not with the birds, incidentally. I prefer bunny rabbits. Shall we put a bunny rabbit on here? We've got to put a bunny rabbit on here because it's Beatrix Potter. And that's what she's all about. So let's put a little cluster. And, oh, I've got some little birds. Shall I put a little bird on you? Just for a giggle. That'll tell me off now. Oh, that one's quite sweet. Could pop that one on there, couldn't we? I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. I really struggle with the birds. I don't know what to do with them. They've got to be perched on something, see, and I'm not very good at perching stuff. Okay, perhaps that could go on there. Brings a bit of colour in, doesn't it? Or maybe that one. What do you think? Look, can't decide. Right, make a decision, Rachel. Come on, because, like, tea's in the oven. So, make a decision. Let's do this one first. I've already decided on this one. Do you take this long making decisions about embellishments? Honestly, I take less time deciding what I'm going to do than I do deciding how I'm going to do it, or rather what I'm going to do with it. Hendra. And what else did I have there then? I was going to use one of these, wasn't I? Because Bella's very kindly done all my fussy cutting for me this weekend. This week, rather. I'll show you a butterfly. Oh, Mum, I made a right mess of all these lovely little, but I will put it all back tidily, I promise. She worked hard. She cut all this out for me. She put it all into my new ephemera book. She's amazing. Wouldn't manage without Mum. I know we poke fun at each other, but I don't really need it. I need to do it because she can take it, because she likes a good laugh. There we go. Right. Hendra there. Lovely. Glue it, Rachel. Make the decision. Let's go. Excellent. That's what we like. And then let's glue it all down. Marvellous. Amazing. Information's out, guys, about the autumn retreat. We've got a couple of places left on the summer one at the farm, and now the information's up about the autumn one. I have a choice of 2 dates at the moment. I've left it open because I want to see who's available for the majority of them. There is a poll now, a questionnaire clickable poll thing in our Facebook group. I would very much appreciate it if you are interested, if you could go and just tick on your availability. If you're available for both, please tick both, because I will go with the date that most people tick. So, but I need to get that done like ASAP if possible. So if you could go and just check it out. There is a poster in the Facebook group, one for each event as well, with all the details. There's a link on there to both of the different locations, and there's information about pricing. Now, the hotel one in the autumn, the price I've put up at the moment is the price for a single occupancy room. So that's if you come on your own and you insist on having a room to yourself, then you obviously you'll have to pay for the room. Whereas if you share a room with somebody else, so if you want to book a twin bed shared, price will drop considerably then. But I'm just waiting to give the date, to pick the date. As soon as I pick the date, she will then give me the firm price at the hotel on either or option, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. So I'm out of breath now. There's me saying I wasn't out of breath. I just run up and down the stairs putting my fish in the oven. See all these multitask jobs I run around doing whilst filming a video? Oh, honestly, these men, they don't know they're born, do they? I don't do the ironing in the middle of it as well, mind. I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't push it that far. I'm good, but I'm not desperate for things to do. Oh, golly gee, no, I don't iron. There is nothing to iron in my house. Well, I say that, I did actually wash a ton of my dresses yesterday. So they've all been hanging around the house, literally, in front of the windows and everything over the weekend, drying. They'll probably need a little iron, but other than that, it's just my son's school shirts. And as the tumble dryer is on, because of the time of year, if we're quick getting them out, give them a flick, hang them straight up, and there's right as rain. So yeah, I don't have that unnecessary evil going on, which is why I did laugh when Shaw bought me a new ironing board cover for my birthday. I love it. Oh, he was just lucky he wasn't sat there when I opened it. Thankfully, I found the funny side. In his redemption, it was a Kath Kidson one. But even so, God, Bennett there, that's a brave man that buys a utensil for your birthday without you asking for it. Do you know what I mean? I mean, come on, household cleaning items. Go. I'd rather have a new pair of craft scissors. Golly gee. I don't know, what's it coming to, eh? I texted him, he was in work because he leaves at 5:30. I still thank you for my ironing board cover. Laughing face. I just thought it would make a more artistic presentation up against the kitchen wall to do than the current cover. He said, well, if we've got to keep having it sitting there being looked at, it may as well be presentable. Oh, point taken. Because I'm not going to use for anything else. It's just leaning up against the wall. Now, golly, why make things more difficult? There's much more to life than ironing. I know I'm talking to my right crowd here. I know I am, because you girls can't possibly have time to be ironing for hours at a time and then craft. Oh, I like that. That looks cool. Yeah, right. Let's stick this down now. That's dry on the inside. That's enough faffing. I want to go and have my fish with my tea. You guys need to get on with this challenge. And I'm going to go sit down and put my feet up in front of the fire because it's Mother's Day evening. And I haven't got to get up for work tomorrow. Yay! Oh my goodness. Loving life. Should that be hashtag loving life? There we go. There we are. I love them. I think they're lush. Let me move this out of the way a minute. Let's recap, shall we? Oh, turn my thingy-majiggy me off. What's it called? Sewing machine? No, you said the washing machine then. No, I don't keep the washing machine in my room. So, we have got... So, kind of, you see what I'm thinking here, look. You'll be able to pop that into your journal, into a pocket, and then in there will be a little hidden tuck then. So, I was going to, like, lacify them up, but I'm a bit worried about putting them into another pocket, and it was loads of lace. So, I went with a little bit of lace on this one, but you're going to have to think about where it's going to go, really, as to how much you want to embellish. I'm going to stitch these with some dark stitching, which is why I've left them this time. You need to let that glue dry. But I'm really, really pleased with how they look. I think they are super, super cute. So, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial and my momentary waffling on. Have a lovely rest of your Mother's Day, if it is Mother's Day for you. If it's not, just enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your day 23 challenge. I can't believe we're nearly a quarter way through this. I'm loving it. And I will be back with you all tomorrow. Take care, everybody. See you all soon. Bye now.